Now we're going to work on comparing tenths. And I want you to think of the unit rule. Before I can add, compare, or subtract, each place value must match. Tenths is a place value in your chart, and so we can compare tenths so long as we match up our place values. We're going to use a number line to help us get started. We know that on a number line, the numbers get larger as you move to the right. This is the left of the paper. This is the right. As we move to the right, the numbers on the number line get larger. Hence, it says larger. And the numbers to the left are smaller, and hence it says smaller. So we're going to locate each number on the number line below. We'll use just our regular old color, pencil. I'm using a Sharpie marker because that's what I have. So the numbers on number, let's see, locate each number on the number line below. 1 4/10, 2 1/10, 7/10, that's 10/10, 9/10, 8/10, 7/10. 5/10, 7/10, 6/10, 5/10, 6/10. Well, 6/10 is going to be between, there we go, 2 9/10. Well, 2 9/10, oops, is going to be right here, right in front of 3 whole units, or 30/10. 3 whole units, 30/10. 3 0/10 is there. And so I'll let you go ahead and finish. Make sure you do neat lines and just work your way across so that you don't forget any. Now, for the next part of this lesson, I want you to look at the pairs of numbers and circle the larger number in each pair. And you can use the number line to help. So I have 2 1/10 versus 1 4/10. Well, I can think of my unit rule. Here I have 2 whole units, and here I have 1 whole unit. 2 whole units is greater than 1 whole unit, and so this whole number is greater than 1 4/10. Here I have 3 0/10 versus 0 6/10. Well, 3 is greater than 0 when I compare what's in each place value. My unit's place value, (3 0/10) or 30/10 is greater than 6/10. 6 2/10 versus 3 0/10. 0 6 units versus 2 1 unit. I'm sorry, 0 6/10 versus 2 1/10. Well, 2 whole units is greater than 0 whole units. 6 2/10 versus 2 9/10. 6 whole units is greater than 2 whole units. I'm using my unit rule. Before I can compare, each place value must match. And so I'm matching up my place values. I can look at my units place and my units place. If they're different, I could just compare my units. I could also use flexible place value. And so 6 2/10 is the same thing as 62/10. And 62/10 is greater than 30/10. 6/10 is not greater than 21/10. 62/10 is greater than 29/10. So how does 29 tenths compare to 30 tenths? Yes, circle the greater number. Okay, how would 7 compare to 6 and 2 tenths? Well, this is 7 whole units. This is 7 in my units place versus 6 in my units place. This is not 7 tenths. This is 7. And so this is really 70 tenths versus 62 tenths. And so you can use the number line, you could use the unit rule, you could use flexible place value to answer the last 9 all on your own.